How low can we go? That is always the question. It seems like we're always asking here in Netflix. We had a nice little pop in here back in February and March. And then ever since then, just keeps on coming down and down. We thought earnings was going to be a nice catalyst for us to get us back up close to this 9-day EMA. Obviously, didn't happen last week. We had that big drawdown after that earnings report. And now we're down here struggling to stay and get above those $70 ranges. Now, we had a nice little pop in here today. Overall, nice movement this morning. We were above 70 and holding for a little while in there on that big move. But then all of a sudden, about a couple hours of holding that, about midday, we started to get a pullback in here. That's when your bearish net flow started taking over. And then this thing just kind of really fell apart in here. So all in all, we'll take a doji on the week for what it's worth, especially after that big red candle that we had last week. But we're going to see if we do get a little bit of a turn in here, or perhaps maybe just some consolidation in here, right? So maybe this was too big of a drop in here for us. I mean, we were only in the mid 70s and a drop to those upper 60s. Maybe since it's such a low trading stock now that was a big move for us. Now we're just trying to kind of take a breather in here, consolidate, and then kind of collect ourselves and then get some footing in here and then move to the other side. Obviously, we tried to have a nice little move in here today. Did not happen, or nothing happened that was held, that is, anyway. So we're going to see what happens as we cruise through the end of the week in here. You got about a couple more trading sessions in here. All in all, everything is wrapped around that $70 level. Your call wall, your king node, everything is at that 70 to the downside in here. You're looking at that 65 for your major put wall in here. You got a little action on the 66s as well, as far as your gamma exposures go. So we'll take that chart wise, technical wise. What are we looking at in here? To the upside, it's going to be right here at that 200 SMA. That's that 7097 area. That is going to be something that we're looking at. That whole area was also a major support for us back here in June. So that is going to be an area that we do need to climb above and then hold, and then we can work our way back up to these mid 70s, or the mid 70s right here, with this 9-day EMA coming back down close to that 75 area. Now to the downside in here, let's say tomorrow we get more of a pullback. The continuation of what happened this afternoon continues into tomorrow morning trading hours. To the downside in here, we're looking at 67. Then we're looking all the way down here at the $65 range, which is right where your lower trend line is here for this overall structure. So nice little pop this morning, big fade out towards the end of the day in here. We're going to see what happens. After hours, you have a lot of movement in your overall market. So your NASDAQ and your SPY, that is because of Google, right? You had the big drawdown and then a nice pop. Now everything's trying to level out. So we're going to see where that kind of ends up as we continue throughout the after hours tradings in here. We're going to see what happens tomorrow pre-market and see where everything ends up. But all in all, we'll see what happens in here and how it correlates to our Netflix chart in here. So we'll see what happens in here. Remember, $70 level, that's kind of the key area in here. Obviously could not hold that in here today. So we're going to see if we can climb back or get close up to there again as we continue throughout the end of the week in here, and see if we can get a nice little move and a hold. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.